The three little pigs were building their houses. The first used straw, the second used sticks, but the third went through all the trouble of building with heavy bricks. The first little pig's straw house was the simplest and was completed very quickly, giving him a whole day to play. The second little pig also finished soon and couldn't wait to pick up his violin and start playing. The two brothers went to check on the third little pig's construction site and began mocking him, calling him a fool. But the third little pig didn't care at all. He even warned them about the big bad wolf nearby and told them to be careful. His brothers didn't care one bit and laughed so hard they could barely stand, saying they weren't afraid of any wolf. Just as they were boasting, the wolf actually appeared. He crept quietly toward the little pigs, drooling all the way. The two braggarts were terrified the moment they saw him and were too scared to even fight back, turning to run instead. They made it safely back to their own houses, with the first little pig even carefully pulling the doormat inside. The wolf came to the house and pushed at the door several times but couldn't get in. The little pig had blocked it, so the wolf took a deep breath and blew with all his might. The straw house vanished in an instant, leaving only a single pole. Without shelter, the little pig ran to the second little pig's house to hide, trembling all over. Together they listened to the wolf pounding frantically outside, but he still couldn't break through the wooden door. He pretended to give up and shuffled away. Hearing his footsteps gradually fade, the two brothers cheered, thinking they were finally safe. The wolf disguised himself as a little lamb, claiming he hadn't eaten in a long time and just wanted some water. But the brothers weren't foolish. They recognized him as a wolf in sheep's clothing just from his voice. When his elaborate plan failed, the wolf resorted to his signature move again. He took a deep breath and blew hard, and the stick house collapsed instantly. Seeing their exposed surroundings, the two brothers were stunned and ran to the third little pig's house. As soon as they entered, they hid under the bed. But the third little pig wasn't afraid at all. He simply continued playing the piano. Hearing the music, his brothers started fooling around again, jumping and bouncing, until there came a knock at the door. They immediately turned back into scaredy cats. The third little pig stood at the door and asked who it was. The wolf said he was selling toothbrushes, so the little pig opened the door and snatched the toothbrush away. When the wolf tried to come in, he got stuck, and then the little pig beat him until he howled. The wolf decided to try his special trick again. He blew with hurricane force, but the brick house didn't budge an inch. Unwilling to believe it, he blew dozens of times in succession until his face turned green. Seeing he couldn't destroy the house, the wolf began attacking the door, but after working at it for ages, he got nowhere. Then he noticed the chimney on the roof. It was wide enough for him to squeeze through, so he pushed himself down from above. But the third little pig was prepared. He lifted the pot lid and poured in lots of oil. When the wolf reached the bottom, he landed right in the scalding pot.